decided to bring some props with today. Do you see this? Iron Man, silver medalist, provincial level, make more mile. Like I have like medals for Africa. Like this was my life for oh my god, this is ridiculous, right? This is like, check it out. This was my life. It was all about the results, was all about the medals that now live in boxes, in cupboards, because it's become really heavy around my neck. They mean nothing. They are worthless. The journey on receiving each and every one of those, that was priceless. And that's why I did what I did. Becoming a trained coach was always from the understanding that we set goals in order to provide a point of direction for people in which to move in their lives, whilst as the coach holding a powerful space of introspection and learning for the individual, which means the goal was actually not the focus. We simply used the goal so that the person wouldn't be all over the place. But the coaching itself was about the journey. It is about discovering, deep self-discovering of your values, your preferences, your thinking patterns, your showing up patterns, your action patterns, the ones that really serve you powerfully and the ones that tend to trip you up, so that you can consciously choose the entire time on the journey of who it is that you desire to become. So the whole purpose of the coaching journey is who you choose to become in the process. It's beautiful, it's powerful, and it is sacred. When somebody signs up to work with a coach, it comes from a space of deep trust, of saying, I trust you and I feel so safe in your presence that I am willing to put aside my ego, my normal shame responses, to be completely vulnerable in your space, to be willing to fail in your presence, so that I may powerfully learn and grow from this experience. When people start thinking that this is what it's all about, and they don't learn jack shit about themselves in the process, then all of the medals in the world is not going to change your life, and it's not going to make you any happier. I don't care what level you compete on, because it's just a medal. That's all it is. When you start competing on provincial levels and on Ironman levels, and you work with professional coaches, it is never a 6-week journey or a 3-month journey. Oh, no. Because incredible outcomes and growth requires more than 3 months. When you start working with these coaches, it is from a space of you understand that this is going to be a long journey. They test you. They test your fitness levels, they test your emotional levels, they test your mental levels at the outstart, so that they understand what they are working with. And a lot of those tests entails to failure, because it's only when we push people to failure that we see truly where their current perceived limitations or capabilities are. And then the work only begins. Without understanding where the person's point of failure is, you do not understand where to start building the foundation for their next level of success. Exactly the same is true in life coaching. If you never allow your clients to fail in your presence, you do not understand where their current perceived limitations and their current capabilities are. You create the culture that this is about growth and this is about learning. And we celebrate the failures as much as we celebrate the successes. And in both scenarios, people are gifted the opportunity to continuously take a step back and go, what did I learn about myself in the process? What did I learn about myself in taking the action or not taking the action? What did I learn about myself in the process of succeeding this time around or of failing in this time around? People become so addicted to the courses, to chasing the results, that it's no longer a personal development, a personal growth industry. So on the one hand, all of these people are just going from one course to the next, to the next, to the next, or they're giving up. They're kind of going, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. I feel so ashamed because look, everybody else are getting the results and I'm not. I'm just getting left behind again and again and again. It's not about the results. It was never about the results. Coaching was never about the results. Coaching was always about learning more about yourself on the journey than what you would alone, and about growing into the person you choose to be. It's not about these things. It's about who I chose to become on the journey of receiving these. That's the only reason I actually keep my medals. Every one of these have a story. Every one of these have a story. And a lot of that story was breaking points on the journey to the race. It has very little to do with the actual race or crossing the finish line. Majority of the story is everything that it took to get to the start line. Cut yourself some slack. Stop judging yourself by the results. And let's get things back into perspective. And the perspective is, the results, they're just the nuggets. They're just the, damn, that felt good. Woohoo! It's momentary. What matters is the journey. Because when you start enjoying the journey, and yes, a lot of enjoying is, it's tough, and you cry, and you bleed a little, and sometimes I vomit. But would I give that up? No. And once you understand that it's not just about one area in your life, it is that your life is the journey and everything is connected, you start growing. You start setting goals. You start desires and results from a point of you love what you do on the way to it.